Another night, another movie, and this time it was 1998's Ground Control, starring Kiefer Sutherland, Bruce McGill, Kristy Swanson, Kelly McGillis, Robert Sean Leonard, Charles Fleischer, and Henry Winkler. This one I think I've seen once before. This was in a cellophane. I think I watched it with friends before. But yes, I did pay the exorbitant £1 for it. It's basically, I am starting to get a bit worried about the amount of cheesy films in my collection. But it basically tells a story of an air traffic controller, Jack Harris, played by Kiefer Sutherland, who kind of, after a plane crashes, he goes off the rails, he disappears for like 5 years, and on a stormy night, where there's loads of like electrical problems and stuff, he gets called back to help out by his old boss and friend, played by Bruce McGill. And he has flashbacks and stuff like that, and it's him trying to come to terms with stuff and that, and then at the very end, there's like this plane that starts having problems, and he has to guide it in and stuff like that. So it's your basic run-of-the-mill kind of drama movie. It's a nice little, it plods along quite nicely. It's another one of those non-offensive kind of movies. Nobody has a real kind of outstanding performance in it. Robert Sean Leonard plays a total douchebag in it. It's kind of the big hotshot traffic controller who doesn't like it when this old guy comes in, you know, to kind of knock him off his pedestal. And you know, everybody's alright. It's just one of those movies that kind of plods along, and whereas say yesterday's Atomic Train was kind of I know has had so much bad flack, the acting in this is not much better, but it is noticeably better. But again, I think that's down to the casting, down to the script and direction, as opposed to, say, the actors or that. Because this is a much smaller cast than Atomic Train was. So, of course, each person gets a lot more screen time. I was a bit dubious about Charles Fleischer's character, who was kind of quirky, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like he was really in it. But he was the only problem I really had with this movie. Otherwise, it's, you know, there's so many of these kind of like disaster movies and stuff like that regarding plane crashes and that. But this is and you know, we've had films about air traffic controllers, but this just feels a lot more. It feels a lot more emotionally invested, if that makes sense. Looking at the kind of, in a way, the post-traumatic stress that they have to go through after, you know, one of their kind of charges crashes. Unfortunately, this is another one of those movies that I can't say much about. There's nothing bad about it. There's nothing that I can go, oh my god, that was awful, that was awful, that was awful, or that kind of annoyed me, or that was a little nitpick. Like, see, it's just totally non-offensive. If you're interested in watching just, again, it's only an hour and a half long, so if you want to kill 90 minutes with a nice drama, instead of putting on the Hallmark Channel, give this a try. Kiefer Sutherland is good in it. Henry Winkler is barely in it, so I can't say much about his role. It's funny because he's one of the head names, and yet he's barely in it. I feel sorry for Bruce McGill, who's in it like throughout the whole movie and doesn't get on the cover. I know it's, you know, names and faces sell, but I feel like he was kind of shafted in that sense. But yeah, no, if you like those kind of, you know, the more serious versions of like Airplane, I know what it is and I can't think what it was. It was the serious version of Airplane. I can't remember. Something's telling me it was Airport, but I don't think it was. But yeah, no, if you get a chance, if you want 90 Minutes to Kill, if you want to check out something different from Kiefer Sutherland, and you're after something like less quirky than say Pushing Tin, then do give this a chance, especially if you only have to pay £1 for it. 1998's Ground Control. That was tonight's movie. I'm sorry this has been a short review, but there's really not much about this I can say. We'll be back tomorrow, but for now this is Sketch, signing out.